Who do you think is the fastest athlete in the world today? Tyreek Hill? Cristiano Ronaldo? Noah Lyles? Well, you'd be wrong. Let's watch as iShowSpeed destroys some of your favorite athletes and influencers in head-to-head racing. Stick around to see just how fast Speed is when he goes against the world's fastest sprinter. Now, kicking off our head-to-head with the time iShowSpeed went up against Ashton. Yeah, this guy. One thing about Ashton is that he's one of the most athletic influencers you'd ever come across, and he never shies away from flaunting his extraordinary physique. Dude even goes the extra mile sometimes, doing both the necessary and the completely unnecessary. But don't let his giant frame or somewhat questionable shenanigans fool you, because Ashton is actually quite swift on his feet. However, it didn't really end as well for him when he went up against iShowSpeed, despite backing himself with some real big talk.
I'm gonna look back at you while I'm running.
All right, bet.
I'm gonna look back over my shoulder.
Here we go. I love it.
I'm gonna look back.
I love it.
And I said I was gonna be humble after I win.
This is it for you, bro.
But I probably can't be humble.
Hey, I feel so bad for him, bro.
Dude even claimed he was gonna look back at Speed while running. Such disrespect. Well, when D-Day came, it was a totally different game entirely, because Speed completely dusted your boy in the most embarrassing fashion.
Ready, set, go! I'm out, boy. Fuck out of here. I ain't even go full speed on him.
But rather than take his L, Ashton thought he could redeem himself by asking for another race. Little did he know he was asking for another ass whooping.
Ready, set, go! Too slow, too slow, too slow, too slow. First one I slipped. Oh. Second one you barely beat me. So run it again.
Well, I gotta beat you 3 times.
And another.
Ready, set, go!
He went before me and still lost. He went before me. Look.
Nobody went before you. I'm moving faster.
Look.
I'm moving faster.
And even another.
Set, go!
Shake it up for me. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety.
Pack it up, Ashton. You may be fast, but you got absolutely nothing on iShowSpeed. And talking about not standing a chance, here's the time famous rapper Travis Scott decided to test his legs against Speed.
Yeah. All right, man. About to race my man Travis. You want to put no money on it? Man, let's do this. Let's do this.
Now, if you guessed this wasn't going to be much of a contest, you were right, because, well, it wasn't. In fact, this was also reminiscent of when Speed ran against Sketch. Because it wasn't even close. Come on, Travis. Maybe just stick to dropping bars, man. But hey!
Travis! Get out of here, bro!
For a more competitive race, wait until you see how iShowSpeed fares against his forever idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. Before we get to that though, let's look at Speed taking another athlete, Daniel Labelle. You may know Daniel Labelle as a content creator and a social media personality, but what you may not know is that he's also a former college athlete, and a very fast one at that. His physical fitness and speed are well illustrated in his ever so physical content. However, when the two took to the tracks, there was only one winner. At this point, it is clear that iShowSpeed is literally a speed star, like his name suggests. But how do you think he'll do against real-time active athletes and track stars? Well, here, let's see Speed go up against the GOAT of soccer. Nope, not that GOAT. The other, maybe even faster one. It's definitely not a secret that CR7 is iShowSpeed's eternal idol.
Speed, Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. What about you, Messi or Ronaldo?
Dude literally worships Ronaldo.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And he never hesitates to declare his love for CR7 on air.
What's this Ronaldo obsession? Where's that come from?
Yes, I do think Ronaldo's the GOAT. You know, he's my inspiration. Ronaldo played in the Premier League,
Yeah.
La Liga,
Yeah.
and Italia.
But can iShowSpeed really match the superstar in a foot race? Well, anyone who knows Ronaldo knows that he's insanely fit and fast. Cristiano Ronaldo has even hit a ridiculous top speed of 34.20 kilometers per hour on the field, which is just incredible. But who's winning in a one-on-one race against iShowSpeed? Well, while both have never really been on the track together, their individual top speeds suggest that, wait for it, iShowSpeed is faster. As unbelievable as this may sound, iShowSpeed has clocked a faster speed of 37 kilometers per hour, which he hit in an actual race against the world's fastest man. But more on that later in the video. Tyreek is not just the quickest NFL player, but also ranks among the fastest athletes in the world, with a blistering speed that often leaves defenders dazed in his wake. Not surely an athlete of such reputation has got to be faster than iShowSpeed, right? Well, not really. The truth is, like Ronaldo, iShowSpeed hasn't really gotten a chance to race Tyreek on the tracks. But this time, it's definitely not for lack of trying. We can see iShowSpeed fearlessly challenging the cheetah to a race, and also what seems like a fearful rejection.
Oh, you hear him? You hear him? Come on, tell him to come on, bro. He's scared to race me.
You know who this is, huh?
Is Tyreek Hill really scared of an exhibition race with speed?
He's scared. He's ducking. Tyreek Hill doesn't want to race me.
You think that's actually the case?
100%.
Does that mean iShowSpeed is really However, he hit that speed on the field with full athletic gear on, while Speed did his in pretty Crocs. So does that mean, well, we have to wait for the official race to come. That is, if Tyreek ever agrees to it. Of course, that's certainly not the end of iShowSpeed challenging big-time athletes, is it? You bet it's not. And this time, he went for the queen of the tracks herself, Sha'Carri Richardson. No doubt, Sha'Carri is one name that needs no introduction in the track and field world. She's not just the fastest woman on the planet right now. Her 10.65 second time at 100 meters and 21.92 seconds at 200 meters put her up there among the fastest women in track history. But despite being untouchable on the lanes, iShowSpeed didn't hesitate to call her out and challenge her to a race. Wait, what? This man must be crazy, right? Well, crazy or not, one thing he definitely is unfazed, never backing out of a good challenge. Because as the clip shows, he even suggested they race immediately and see who the real champion was once and for all.
Do a Olympian trick.
Turns out, Sha'Carri Richardson isn't just fast with her legs. She's equally witty and immediately turns down this challenge.
Olympian track workout. You said you was gonna be on the 2018, right, baby?
Yes.
You said you were gonna be on the 2018, right?
Instead, she invited Speed to come join her at her Florida training camp to get schooled on what sprinting really entails. But does iShowSpeed really stand a chance? Well, if Sha'Carri's top speed of 40.2 kilometers per hour is anything to go by,
Well, it was not a good start for Sha'Carri Richardson. But Tamari Davis on her inside is making her work for it. Now here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Richardson is a national champion. 1084.
then this may not even be much of a contest. However, this might just be one of those races we just have to wait for to see the actual outcome. For now, one race we won't have to wait for is that of iShowSpeed and the fastest man on earth. We're talking about none other than the reigning 100-meter Olympic gold medalist, Noah Lyles.
It's very, very tight. It's Noah Lyles.
How did this race even come about? How did iShowSpeed manage to get on track with an Olympic champion? It all started when the ever-so-energetic iShowSpeed proclaimed himself as the fastest man on earth. But then, things took a realistic turn when fellow YouTuber Mr. Beast arranged a real-time 50-meter sprint challenge between Speed and Lyles, with a $100,000 cash prize on the line. This was definitely a race for the ages, and one that broke the entire social media. Was iShowSpeed about to seal an unlikely legacy as the fastest man in the world? Well, they say to be the best, you have to beat the best, and that was definitely what Speed had in mind going into this race. Long story short, iShowSpeed is definitely not the fastest man, as Noah Lyles once again showed why he is the world champion. Take nothing away from iShowSpeed's determination and speed, though the YouTube sensation got off to a perfect start and displayed an impressive burst of pace throughout the race. However, with a top speed of 43.6 kilometers per hour, there was only ever going to be one winner. Sorry, Speed, but you lost this one. And even though he tried to claim a draw, Lyles was the clear winner.
Set.
That was a tie! That was a tie!
Let's watch the video.
That was a top. That's not a top. I'm the fastest man alive.
Perhaps with a little, scratch that, a lot of professional training, iShowSpeed can one day make it to the Olympics and finally achieve his dreams of being the fastest man on Earth.